Fortunately, the video cut off right in the middle of this. Ran out of memory, so I'm going to continue this real quick right now as a two-part. Didn't really want to do that to you guys, but I thought it might be do it all in one video. But my new phone, for some reason, it won't record onto the SD card. So anyway, here's 2,000. We're gonna go straight to 1,000. This is about the speed you want to go. I'm going to take this right up to the edge. I want to kind of dry right up against that edge. I guess I didn't angle up. That's alright. Might have to work it a few times. Well, that's it for the 1,000. You just make one pass over it, go across, go back. I got the 2,000 here ready, so we're just going to go right to that. And I'm going to actually stop at 2,000. Go across it once, overlap half, go back across, overlap half, go back across. This you don't have to worry about if you if you get near the edge or anything. Okay, that's it. See, that's all done by machine. No hand. I don't have time anymore to do hand. I used to do it by hand years ago, and this stuff doesn't work as good as the old stuff did by hand. Hang on, I'm going to pause the video to get the buffer out. Alright, so I was doing this earlier, so I've already got this stuff kind of ready. I was just messing around with, I did the dash, I think, a little bit of stuff on the dash. I just put a dot right on my pad, about like that. Then touch it on the surface. This buffer only has one speed now, so I have to trigger it. Usually when I'm on a flat surface, it stays right on the pad. The Menzurna does. Might be a little bit premature. I can't remember if you need to let this set for a couple days. So now the very edge, you can see a little bit of sand mark along there, which is the tough part to get. But everything else looks pretty much, it looks pretty smooth. That's only the first time buffing it. So I'm gonna try and get this very edge. So I'll try and put some cream right here on the edge. Yeah, it's going to have a little dry edge there. If I wanted to, what I need to do is get in there by hand and really sand this, because it's what's happening right now is when I sanded it, I didn't get enough sanding on this very edge. So I might go ahead and take my DA and just angle it just very little with the 1500 or 1200 and just do that very edge again and then buff it again. But it even looks okay the way it is right now. I'm going to show you guys what the 4500 does now real quick, and then I'll show you the final on this. Hang on. Alright, so this is the 4500, or actually it's 4000, Menzurna 4000. This is part of their system. I think this stuff works so much better than 3M. Well, I put way too much on. That's way too much. You don't need very much of this. This little tube right here is a little, what is it, 250 mil, and I've done like 2 full cars with that. So, and it still has some up. You notice I'm still using the black pad. I didn't even flip it. Now that stuff you can get right in there. This stuff you want to run at a higher speed, but you got to be a little bit careful because you will burn through. One more second, I'm going to get a microfiber cloth and we're going to take a look at this. Alright, so this is that, I think it's $90 a gallon clear. I didn't even do over here. If you can kind of see, well, let's see if I can get any angle of this. Remember that was pretty orange peeled in there. The very edge right here has got that little bit of dryness going on. Still looks pretty good. I'd even just say leave it alone. Depends, if I feel like it, I'll just take my DA and I'll sand just that very edge and then repolish it, and the Menzurna will find its way into the corner and do a beautiful job. This stuff's just way better than the 3M. Let me see if I can get an angle here. See how shiny that is right there. It's like a mirror. And like I said, if you look, okay, right here, this is where I didn't sand. That's where I sanded. Over here, if you can see the mottled, it's pretty smooth, but you can see that when I move the camera, you see this mottled, and then you look over here and it just, there's nothing. It's just like a show finish. So now when I do this to the whole car, there's not going to be much difference when all the polishing's done. So a lot of people think, like I said, you know, when you go and polish your car, sometimes you're like, before you polish it, you think, oh, I don't know, it just doesn't look that good. Once you polish it and you color sand and buff it, it takes some of the little microwaves away. So that looks pretty nice. I think I'll be happy with that. That's a super nice finish. We're gonna see how this has got the orange peel in it. See, as I move the camera, you can kind of see it here. Nothing. The very edge, you can see it though. See that little bit in the edge? Right here, nothing. Just super smooth. And there's no tracers in that. It looks like flawless. I love this clear. This is that stuff from Drew Carriage. Look on my other videos. Check that out. Go to Drew Carriage and get some of their house brand clear. You guys will really, and you could really do a show car finish with this stuff. It's just, and it's super cheap and it works great. It's the 4-to-1. I haven't tried their 2-to-1, and he said it's better. So I don't know. This stuff's the easiest clear I've ever sprayed. And you know, when you get a cheap clear, when you get a run, I mean, I don't know if you can see this one run. I pretty much got a hanger right here, okay? That is a fat run. It is hanging all the way along. I'll be able to just sand that out and buff it. It'll be completely gone. Because there's no, if you look at it, there's no white in the clear. So the cheap stuff has solvents in it, too much solvents, and not enough solids. So that it tends to turn white wherever it runs. This stuff, no, doesn't at all. So this is a good value clear that looks really good and it's cheap. So it's kind of nice. I got this whole thing painted with scrap paint and with cheap clear. I mean, $150 worth of, well, there's plus primer. You know, it's a little more than that. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't watched any others, please watch some others and subscribe. See you on the next one.